Good morning. Okay, guys, I am frazzled today. I'm not going to lie. Anyway, good morning. Welcome to the Daycare Q&A Show. My name is Adrienne Brantley, and I'm your host. And thank you for joining me here today. And if you are joining me live, please send me some hearts and likes just so I can see you and say hi. I always struggle with this Facebook dashboard, so I did have my laptop open so that I could see if there's any comments coming in so I could kind of monitor that. But I'm going to do my best impression of somebody who knows how to multitask. Anyway, the show is on Tuesday this week because of the holiday, and I'm actually going to be traveling tomorrow, so I didn't want to miss a week with you guys. There, I'm sat up over there. I didn't want to miss a week with you guys, so I moved the show to Tuesday. And so if you are missing the live show, no worries. The replay will be up, and you can catch that whenever you get a chance. I know you're probably busy with Thanksgiving crafts and all kinds of, maybe even Thanksgiving dinners at the daycare, so catch this when you can. I probably don't have to tell you that. You're probably doing all of that. So anyway, I'm trying to shut down these distractions so I can keep up with you. Okay. All right. So good morning and welcome. This is episode 21 of the Daycare Q&A Show. It is November 21st, 2023. I'm going to start saying that. I usually don't say the date, but I think I'm going to start saying it so you know when these shows go up, what we're talking about and the timeline and everything. So this is episode 21. And like I said, I'm a little frazzled. I'll tell you about that in a minute. But yeah, so if you're joining me live, come into the comments. Let me know you're here. Just say hi. And if you are catching this on replay, please just leave a hi in the comments so I can say hi to you too. And consider subscribing. That would be awesome so you don't miss any of the show's updates and whenever the show is posted on our YouTube channel. Okay? Let's see. A few housekeeping notes. I was able to get the dogs outside this morning. I kind of tricked them. They were already outside, so I just kind of shut the door so I can have some peace and quiet while I do this, so they won't be jiggling behind me. But yeah, so they're outside. And the other thing is I did not sleep well at all last night. So if I look tired or if I have low energy, please excuse me. I am on fumes today, and usually I will fix myself a cup of an extra cup of coffee, and I never finish it. Today I think I would finish the whole pot, so I don't think I'm going to have that problem today because I've got some things I've got to get done, and this is one of them. So please excuse me. I'm on low energy, and I want to ask you a question about that in just a second. All right. Second, I always start off the show with a bit of a disclaimer, just to say that any of the advice or comments that I make here on the show to any of the questions that are posed by other providers, excuse me, are my own. They're from either my own experience, 20 years having my own childcare business, or someone who was close to me who is also a childcare provider. So either my own experience or someone who's close to me, their experience. Okay. But I know that this is your business and not everything works for everyone. So if something that I say here doesn't work for you or it doesn't work for your business, please leave that and take what works and leave the rest. Not everything is for everyone, and whatever doesn't work for you may work for somebody else. Okay, so use your best discernment to decide if it's something that might work in your own business. Okay, and third, if you are joining me live and you have a question, please just put that in the chat, and I will try and get to it before the end of the show. I will let you know, because I'm tired and because I'm having this coughing fit. I'm probably going to keep the show relatively short today. Like I said, I know you guys are busy, and so I don't want to give you a long show this week to catch up. But so yeah, but if you do have a question, go ahead and put that in the chat, and I will get to it. All right, and lastly, today we have our last giveaway for, let me see if I can do it right this time, the Provider Planner and Organizer. We've been giving out a planner every week this month, and we're going to choose, or I'm going to choose, our final winner for the planner giveaway in just a little while in the giveaway portion of the show. So hang in for that, and if you want, you could run over, there's a link in the chat, you could run over and enter to win, and you can enter until I call a name, until I go over and choose a name. So if you want to hit the link that's in the chat, you can go over and enter to win, and maybe I'll choose your name in just a little bit. Okay, so let's see. And remember, if you have to leave early, I've been pretty good about getting the replay up on our YouTube channel, so you can check that out by tomorrow afternoon. Usually it's the day after in the afternoon. The replay is up on our channel, and you can get caught up on all the episodes there. So, and like I said, I would love it if you would subscribe. That would help us out quite a bit. Okay. Now, let's see what's going on in the Thriving Childcare universe. Today, I have to say that the episode is sponsored by the Provider Planner and Organizer. I always do that. I always go the wrong way. The Provider Planner and Organizer, that is our luxury planner just for childcare providers. And I've been saying this, I think, for a while now, but I will say it again. Now is the best time to get your planner, because it gives you time to use your planner. The Provider Planner and Organizer is an undated planner, so whenever you get it, you're going to get 12 months out of it, no matter what. But if you get it now, you can use it through the holidays that are already starting this week, and you can use it to kind of keep all of your everything that goes with running the child care and even your personal life all in one place, and also help yourself plan for the new year that is right around the corner. Before you know it, we'll look up and it'll be the end of December, and this will give you time to plan for what you want to do in the new year for your business. Okay, so there's a link in the chat for you to go over and check out the planner. If you don't win it today, you can go over and check it out, and you can order yours, and you will get yours by next week. This week, I'm sure that there's a shortened timeline for the mail to go out, but you will get it by next week, so you'll have plenty of time for December and use it all through December and plan, like I said, for 2024. All right. And speaking of planning, I'm going to be hosting a planning session for us to do just that, for us to plan for our 2024 and all that we want to get done, both large and small, in our business and in our personal life, and just kind of get a jump on that. So stay tuned for that. I haven't picked a specific date yet, but I will let you know probably next week when that will be and how you can sign up for that. Yeah, so watch out for that next week. All right. Now, this week on the blog, I'm actually highlighting a post that I wrote some time ago. And by the way, I am the founder and author at the thrivingchildcare.com blog and website, and you can go over and check us out there as well. But I wrote a post a while ago called Black Friday for Childcares. And basically, you know, I post it in the groups every year, and every year people make a decision based on the title of the post, what it's about. And I'm going to get into this in just a little while, but and I'll come back and leave a link to the post in the chat and in the comments, so you can go check it out as well. But I'm going to go over this in just a little bit. But it's not what you think. has nothing to do with you working on Black Friday. So I'll get into that in just a few minutes, but I just want to say that because I always get in the comments, oh, I'm not working, no way, that's my day off, I'm not working. This has nothing to do with you working on Black Friday. It has absolutely nothing to do with that. But like I said, I'll get into that in a second. And let's see. Okay. So, like I said, I am getting ready for 2024, and I want to help you, so that planning session is coming as well. But I actually put together a very, very short survey to see what it is that you need for your business growth and what would help you in 2024. So there is a link to the survey, and I hate surveys too. Don't get me wrong, I hate them, but this is like 3-minute survey. I promise you, it's super fast. It's kind of yes, no, yes, no. And if you do take the time to go over and complete the survey, I would be so appreciative that I will also give you a gift card. So, like I said, there's a link to the survey in the chat and in the comments. So if you have 3 minutes, I would be so happy for you to do that for me, and I will give you a gift card, like I said. Sorry if I'm tripping over my words. I'm telling you, I had 0 sleep. I don't even know what time I went to sleep last night. Which brings me to the question of the day. So I have been answering questions, but in the last few weeks I've been posing a question to you too. So my question to you this week is, what time do you go to bed? If you are a childcare provider and you have early mornings like most of us, I'm just curious, what time do you go to bed? I know before I started my childcare business years and years and years ago, I was a night owl. I would stay up really late. It was nothing for me to catch the whole Tonight Show. I would stay up late, or I would stay up and watch the Saturday Night Live all the way to the end since I was a kid. But when I started my business and I had to get up early in the morning, that changed. And this time change every year is hitting me harder every year. And raise your hand in the chat if that's you too. But yeah, so the question that I'm posing to you this week is, what time do you go to bed as a childcare provider during the week? What time do you go to bed? All right, so go ahead and leave that in the comments for me. Let me know. I'm just curious what time you go to bed. It'd be interesting to see the consensus of when everybody goes to bed, right? Okay, now I'm going to get into some questions. We only have a couple of questions. Like I said, I'm going to keep this relatively short. I'm not my best today, and I don't want to get another coughing fit. And I know this is a busy week for you too. So, and I do want to go over what I was talking about earlier. So the first question today, and I'm going to read off of my phone. Okay, the first question. I'm going to go up here to the comments, make sure. Okay. The first question today is, how do you deal with more infants in your programs than toddlers if you're home-based? She says, it's starting to affect my curriculum planning and activities since the babies, of course, need lots of love and care. Okay, so it sounds like obviously she has more infants right now. And I don't know what state you're in on this provider. I don't know what state she's in. And I don't know if it's different from state to state. It probably is. Most things are. Here in California, you're an infant, I believe, until 2 or 2.5. Excuse me. But before age 2 or 2.5, in California at least, you are still considered, the child is still considered to be an infant. And that also goes along with restrictions on how many infants you can have in your program here. But all that being said, sounds like she has more infants. That's exactly what she said. Than she has toddlers. I will say this, and I brought all that stuff up about California for a reason, because that's where I'm located, and that's where my business is located, and those are the parameters that I had to work around for many, many years. And when I started, I had, I would say, a pretty even amount of infants and toddlers. Actually, I had more toddlers, I would say, than I had infants. But over the years, that kind of changed when the preschools and some of the Montessoris started taking children younger and younger. I would find less and less toddlers that would be attracted to my program or would come to my program. So there would be several times, I remember saying to one of my assistants over the years that I think we're just going to have to grow our toddlers. And what I meant by that was there's going to be this turnover period where there's going to be just infants. Or more than likely, there's going to be, like I said, with this person, with this provider, an infant-heavy program. And that was just something that we just accepted as a part of what was going to happen in this program from time to time. And once those infants started to grow and turn into toddlers, then we would market for more infant spots. And until they did, there weren't any infant spots available. Now, the upside of that is that, and I'm just giving you background here before I get to answering that question. But the upside is typically an infant rate is higher than a toddler rate. So if you strategize and plan and watch your numbers and price your rates accordingly, you can hopefully stay at the same income level that your business is bringing in. Because toddlers, typically the rate does change when they turn a toddler. And you know what? Not in everybody's program. Not depending on where you are. Some people, they have a flat rate no matter if it's an infant or a toddler. And that works for them. And if that works for you, then that's great. But when you're in a competitive environment with schools or Montessoris or programs like that, sometimes more than likely you're going to need to change that infant rate to a toddler rate that's a bit less to maintain or retain that client. Okay, so now to the question. What do you do? How do you handle it? How do you deal with it when you have an infant-heavy program? Well, quite frankly, in my program, I changed the program. There was a program that was geared toward the infants, and really, depending on the age of that infant, it is just about love and caring. And it's about love and caring with all of the children, but you know what I'm saying? Doesn't mean you can't read to them, doesn't mean you can't have music and movement. But depending on the age, if you're talking about a very young infant, then there's not that much curriculum that you're going to be introducing at that stage. As the child gets older, and it goes pretty fast. It's funny because it really does. You'll look up and in 6 months, it's like a whole different child than the little baby you were holding in your arms. And you could do more. You could do more things. And, I'm presuming that this is relatively new to this provider to have an infant-heavy program as opposed to a toddler-heavy program. But like I said, in a home-based environment, this can happen from time to time. And I would just say that you create for yourself a whole protocol that is for infants, if you have an infant-heavy program, or for when they get older and you have a toddler-heavy program. So to think that you are going to be able to stick to the same curriculum and planning and activities when you have infants is probably very unrealistic. So take some time and plan. Maybe this is I was just talking about planning. This is a great time to sit down and maybe plan for when both of those situations are prevalent in your program, right? When you have more infants, what does the program look like? When you have more toddlers, what does the program look like? And excuse me, that is something that you can use to market. That is something you can use on tours when you're talking to parents. It's something that you can, it shows your level of experience, your level of expertise, because you realize that children have different ages and stages. And you can speak to that when the parents ask, well, what do you do all day? I have parents ask me, what do you do all day with the baby? And I could tell them, well, around their schedule, because they have a very unique schedule. Each infant usually does, sleeping and diapering and eating. Around their schedule, there's lots of things you can do. We're gonna do tummy time. We're gonna do some music. We're gonna, we can still read to them, talk to them. So it gives you more talking points and more information that you can share with your prospective clients. And if anyone's joining me here, or if you are catching this on replay and you have some other opinion on that or another comment, please leave that in the comments and let us know what you do when you have a more infant heavy program and not so many toddlers. How do you manage that? And what do you tell your assistant? What do you tell your parents on tours when you have that situation at your business? Let us know. Okay? All right. So let's move on to the next thing. Okay. So I was talking before about this post that I wrote quite some time ago called the Black Friday for Childcare. And I want to get into it now because every year, like I said, everybody looks at the title, they make presumptions, and they presume that the post is about, and that I was talking about them working on Black Friday. Not at all. So again, I'll leave a link to the post after the show. I didn't get a chance to do it before the show, but I'll leave a link in the comments and the chat after the show. Excuse me. But I did want to give you kind of a precursor or a little summary of what is in the post. And this was actually suggested to me several years ago by somebody close to me. Because I think she asked, what do you do for Black Friday at your business, Miss A? And I was like, Black Friday? What can I do on Black Friday? And she was in business. She had her own business as well. And she suggested to me that there were opportunities in Black Friday and marketing for Black Friday for any business. And I was like, that totally makes sense. You just have to be open to thinking about it differently. So, I put together, yes, I do know they're outside. My husband's telling me the dogs are outside. I do know that. So, I set about putting together the post and thinking about what could be marketed for a childcare business as a Black Friday deal for childcare, right? So one of the things, and I'm gonna give you, like I said, a little bit of a summary, but I invite you to go over and read the whole post and maybe come up with your own offerings as well. But the first thing was to offer a once a year deal. And what I meant by that was offering to parents maybe a 4 to 6 month deal on childcare. Now, excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm not my best today. If you are just starting your business, or let's say you're going through a slow period in your business, this can really bring a boost to your business. By offering a rate for maybe 4 or 6 months that is almost too good to pass up. And yes, before you ask me, not every parent or family is going to be able to take advantage of that. They may not have the funds, but all too many times we're in other people's wallet. We're making decisions for them, and we really don't know their circumstance. I'll tell you this, I used to work in corporate America, and I had access to maybe a Christmas fund or setting up a fund, and there was something else too. I can't remember. It was some kind of thing through HR that I could use some funds that were set aside for childcare. So, or you could have some families that might be willing to take out a loan to grab a deal and not have to worry about paying for childcare for 6 months. Now, you would have to strategize. You would have to run your own numbers. That's not something that I get into very in depth in the post, because everybody's business is different. But you could definitely, hi Denitra, Denitra Scott's joining us. Hi Denitra, thanks for joining me here today. You could definitely come up with a rate for 4 to 6 months or even 12 months. And again, of course, not everyone is going to be able to take advantage of a deal that might be thousands of dollars, but there might be somebody who does. I was surprised in my own business when I offered, and this wasn't a Black Friday thing, but it was a monthly tuition rate. I offered to my clients to pay on a monthly basis as opposed to weekly or bi-weekly. And I was surprised that 98% of them opted to do that. I gave a 3% discount if they did that, if they paid by the first of the month, or the first work day of the month. And most of them took advantage of it. It alleviated them from having to remember from week to week that tuition was due, and they got a little bit of a discount, so they were happy about that. I was happy because I didn't have to chase tuition anymore. And if you've watched any of the show before, you know I talk about that quite frequently, how I had this tuition drama that I just couldn't get out of, and I had to figure it out. And one of the strategies I had was to offer my clients a monthly option, a monthly payment option. And most of my clients took advantage of that. Now, I'm in a certain demographic. Your business is probably in a different demographic. But you can always offer it. And if one or two take advantage of it, that can be a real boost to your business income. It can be real injection of cash injection to your business. And this time of the year is notoriously slow for, childcare businesses. It might be a great thing to consider offering. Okay, you can read more about that on the post. But I'm going to move on to the second option. The second option was, to offer a perk. So let's say you've got people considering enrolling or need to enroll before the first of the year. Okay, so people are reaching out and they're interested in your program and they're considering enrolling. Why not offer them a special perk for Black Friday? You could offer them maybe 2 months reduced, or 2 weeks. It doesn't have to be months. 2 weeks reduced childcare rate if they go ahead and enroll now, as opposed to waiting to the beginning of the year. And I have another post where I talk about perks. You don't have to do this. Again, I talked about this earlier. If it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you. But just to get thinking about different things that you can do to help market your business, to get more eyes and interest in your childcare business. And if you're new, coming up with different strategies and different marketing techniques is going to be really, really helpful during these slow periods and when the enrollment dips and dives, because typically that is another reality to having this type of business. But yeah, think about offering a limited time tuition rate. If people enroll during this Black Friday season, maybe till the end of the month, Black Friday, I was thinking about it yesterday. It is not exclusive to Black Friday anymore. Years and years ago, it used to be just Black Friday. If you didn't get out and get those deals, then you missed out. Well, they've added on Small Business Saturday and Cyber Monday. So we're kind of used to it running actually early Black Friday sales. So we're kind of used to it running the whole month at this point. So think about creating a Black Friday deal, because I know this is pretty late. I mean, this is Thanksgiving week. I have to apologize. I wish I had brought this up last week or even earlier in the month. But you can still take advantage of this. You can have a after Black Friday sale, and you can put it out there in your ads. You can put it out there when people are calling. And I'll bring up something else in a moment that could attract people this week. But yeah, you can still run this throughout the rest of the month. This is just the 21st. Today's the 21st. We still have another whole week in November. So and you can extend it if that's something you want to do too. You can extend it a little bit longer, whatever works for your business. But consider offering a limited time rate for enrollments right now. Sorry, I'm going to close my window a little bit. It's kind of breezy out here. All right, and the last one that I'll talk about today is offering holiday season services. And this is something that Denitra Scott had brought up, I think it was last week. If it wasn't last week, it was the week before. But absolutely, there's going to be parents that might be looking for just one-off days to go shopping during this holiday period. Now, again, unless you want to, you don't have to do that on Black Friday. Okay? You don't. You could offer this service throughout the holiday season, the rest of the holiday season. Say they want to do a drop in our world, it's called a drop-in day, but offer it as a shopping day and market it that way to maybe attract people. And see, the more people that know about your business and know that it's here, they can tell their family and friends, their coworkers. Maybe they need shopping days. Maybe they're looking for a childcare provider. And if they aren't, now that they know that your business is there and that you have these different services, somebody they might run into or might be talking to that might be looking for childcare, they're aware of your business, so they can help market for you there or refer for you there. So she brought it up last week, but absolutely, it's included in the post. Talk about maybe offering think about maybe offering seasonal services. And you maybe can expand that to some different times during the year as well. But especially during this time, a lot of parents, they want to go shopping, but maybe they don't have someone to take care of their children during that time. And using your childcare for that for just a day or a half day, you set up the parameters to that, but it might be a really good thing to offer in your community. And it's something maybe you can go to some of the different businesses in your community, and maybe they will allow you to put some flyers there, because it could allow their customers to be able to shop. So that's a good way to pitch it too. But okay, so those were 3 ways that you can create a Black Friday. I'm struggling here today. A Black Friday offer for your childcare business. And like I said, go over. I'll leave a link to the post after the show. Go over and read through it, and maybe it'll give you some ideas. It'll get your mind thinking about some different things that you might want to do in your business that aren't in the post. You might come up with your own spin on it. But yeah, think about it. Just about every business on the planet, at least here in the States, tries to have some type of offer for Black Friday. And our businesses, and we should be no different. Now, you don't have to do that. You don't have to offer it, but maybe it'll get you thinking about different ways to market your business as well, whether you offer a Black Friday deal or not. All right, so I will leave a link to the post after the show. Okay. All right. Now, like I said, I'm going to be moving along here, and I am happy to tell you that it is giveaway time. It's giveaway time. So every week, to choose the winner, I have been going to a random number picker, and I'm going to do that again today. And so we can pick, here we go. Oops. Okay. Okay. All right, so I don't know if you can see it, but it's a random number wheel. Let me go up to the camera. Random number wheel, and I'm going to spin, and then I'm going to see whose number we choose. Let me go over to that screen, and yeah, let's spin. Let's get our winner. This is the last winner in our planner giveaway. Okay. Oh my gosh, number one. Number one, let me go. Thought I had it open. Danny. Danny, there's no last name, but Danny, you're a winner. You won a provider, planner, and organizer. I will send Danny an email, but thanks for entering, Danny, and you won. Number one. All right. So I will post it here after the show that Danny has won, and I will send her an email so that she can claim her planner. And guys, there's still planners that you can get before the end of the year to help you plan your 2024. And the Provider Planner and Organizer is unique to our niche, is unique to our needs. And I hope that you will go over, there's a link in the comments, there's a link in the chat for you to go over and check out the Provider Planner and Organizer. And you can order yours and get yours before December starts. So, yeah, go over and check it out. It will help you stay on task. It'll help you manage all of the childcare chaos and craziness that comes with running a childcare business. Okay? All right. I have to see, is there another question? No. I think we're done. We're done with the questions for today. So listen, guys. If you have a question that you would like to ask, you don't have to wait until the show. There is a link in the comments. There's a link in the chat where you can go over and leave your question early, and I will get to it on next week's show. And I wanted to make sure I covered everything. Like I said, I am having a day. But I'm glad that this is a long holiday weekend approaching, so I can rest up. That's probably exactly what I need to do. And I hope that the same for you. If I can talk, I hope it's the same for you as well. So I'm wishing that all of your Thanksgiving projects turn out well. I'm hoping that you have a long restful holiday weekend with your family and friends. And thank you so much for coming to the show, following me, and supporting the show and me here. I cannot tell you how thankful I am for that. And I promise I will do better next week once I'm rested. So, happy Thanksgiving. And I will see you next week. Remember, if you're catching this on replay, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that you get notified when new shows are uploaded to our channel. And yeah, next week the show will be back on Wednesday. So I will, I'll see you then. And until then, keep thriving. Bye, guys. Hey, thanks for joining me today. And listen, if you're vibing with the Daycare Q&A Show, guess what? You're in for an absolute treat when you dive into the Not Just for New Providers Club. You're going to love all of the courses, resources, and support you'll find inside our membership just for childcare owners. Our courses, workshops, resources, and services are designed to help you create the thriving childcare business you dream of without all of the overwhelm of feeling like you're on this childcare journey alone. It's like our secret hangout for all of us amazing childcare enthusiasts. And I'm your enthusiastic guide. Forget about those never ending, mind boggling mega module trainings or programs that leave you feeling like you've just run a marathon without any real direction. We're all about keeping it simple and steering clear of those overwhelming processes. Instead, we're here to help you set up actionable business systems that practically run on autopilot, giving you more time to binge watch your favorite TV shows or maybe just catch up on some well-deserved sleep. As an extra bonus, you'll also get instant access to our childcare template subscription, our ever-growing template library designed to make running your business smoother than a baby's bottom. Curious? Well, here's the best part. You can test the waters with our $7 one-week trial. Click the link in the comments and grab your trial membership today. Let's dive into childcare awesomeness together. I'll be waiting to high five you on the inside. See you there.